Brother, once again, we got one of these satire sites or accounts
Mm-hmm.
on Twitter that has bamboozled yet another public figure, along with thousands others. This time they got Trae Young, and the account was Butt Crack Sports.
That's not made up at all.
That's not made up. You're not misreading that right down there. The account is literally called Butt Crack Sports. Okay. America, hopefully you watched our segment on what was it, ball sack sports?
Yeah. Yeah.
When I told y'all to beware of ball sack sports, I gave y'all numerous examples of the misinformation that they intentionally put out uh, because what they try to do is show people how easy it is to put false information out here.
Hmm.
And it seemed like the creators of the account, at least at Ballsack, uh, they have fun with it, and they try to. If you go to their account, the very top of their thing is showing you how easy it is to put this fake stuff, and people don't care. But I know Ballsack Sports, they got Stephen A. Smith, who's the face of ESPN,
Yeah.
the worldwide leader in sports, the face of their programming, got duped by an account called Ballsack Sports. Kendrick Perkins, who's one of their faces of their NBA coverage,
Right.
took information from that account, shared it with the world
Regurgitated it on air.
on air.
Hmm.
On air. And y'all know Kevin Durant has been having like a back and forth with Stephen A. Smith, and just like Kyrie had. And so when Kevin Durant saw that Ballsack Sports had got Stephen A., he took a jab at Stephen A. And hey, Stephen A. deserved it. And then Kevin Durant's what's his thing? The boardroom, I
Yeah.
think. The
Mm-hmm.
boardroom. They went ahead and interviewed whoever's behind Ballsack Sports. Some guy in his 20s.
Yeah.
And I think maybe since then, all these different accounts just popping up. I'm seeing them left and right now. And so Butt Crack Sports is the latest one to get somebody. They put out something that said Draymond Green calls out the NBA media members who compared Trae to Steph back in March via the Draymond Green show. Okay. They said in March, everyone was saying Steph was finished. They said Trae was the next Steph and that they changed the guard. Well, Trae just dropped 11 points, shooting 16% in an elimination game. Steph would never. And Trae Young took the bait. He quote tweeted that and said, I think we'd all love, maybe not, to see Draymond as a number one option. Two crying laughing emojis. Butt crack doubled back after that and celebrated and said, I just cracked Trae Young. So Trae Young just created a beef. Possibly a beef.
True.
Maybe Draymond laughs it off and said, hey
Yeah.
man, I didn't say that. But he could have created a beef with Draymond for no reason.
Yeah.
So I turned to my brother for all things media. He is a professional. This is how he feeds his family, communications. He is
Yeah.
an expert on this. So I'm really, look, America, this ain't just for y'all. This for me too. Okay.
For me too.
I'm looking for answers on how do people like Trae Young, who I assume has a publicist,
Yeah.
like um Stephen A. Smith, who's supposed to be an expert like you are,
Yeah.
who makes $10 million a year or more
Yep.
to be on ESPN. Kendrick Perkins, who he's an ex-player. That's how he got that gig. But he's on there now. That's what he does.
Yep.
How do we see this happen, man? Like, is there something going on? Is that something that's not addressed in college, in journalism? Is it something that's not being addressed in the media that people just hopping on to whatever? What is going on, man? That's so much misinformation
Yeah.
is being disseminated by people that should know better.
It comes back to a few things. I don't know what they're teaching in schools now. I would imagine it's the same thing that when I was coming up. But even if you're not in a traditional, program of learning, whether that be you go get your bachelor's degree in journalism, mass communications, whatever that might be. Let's say you were able to be a Kendrick Perkins and show up on the scene at ESPN because of your, previous career. It all comes back to doing your homework and having common sense. And I know that sounds very simple, but clearly it's not. So, you know what I mean? So you have to have a crash course, man. Um, when I was coming up, they would tell you, in order for you to be able to put something on the air, you had to have a source and a backup source to verify certain things. You know what I mean? Like you can't just go off of word of mouth.
Right.
And what you're seeing in these tweets is like somebody sees something, they see an account, and they're like, "Oh, this person said it, so it must be true." Doesn't matter if it's Ray, butt crack sports or whatever it might be, it's already out there, so it must be true. And you say, well, why do we go with something that you've never even heard of? It's because of the urgency. The urgency is what gets you in trouble. Everybody wants to be first in this day and age. Everybody wants to be relevant. Um, that's the problem that gets people in trouble. Whereas sometimes in my career, my previous career, I may not report on something because I don't have all the facts or I don't have it verified. And one of my counterparts beats me to the punch, right? And you say, well, damn, I missed that one. You may have missed that one, but you kept your integrity along the way and you didn't miss all of them. You had a consistent track record of getting it right when you stepped out on something, right? People could trust you because of your integrity. Everybody has this desire to be first and to be loud about it. Stephen A. Smith, that's what he's all about. Skip Bayless, that's what he's all about. Kendrick Perkins falls into that bracket too. They want to be first. They want to be loud because they think that you're going to remember first and loud. I heard it from Stephen A. Smith first. I heard it from this guy first. Well, if it's not factual, it doesn't matter. And you say, well, how can these professional journalists, get outwitted or get outmatched so easily? Well, it's because they bought into that system of having to be loud and first. And I know it sounds simple, but that's what it is because that's what draws the ratings. If they can, ping your phone and say, Wojo said this first, he reported this first, or Chris Mortensen or Adam Schefter posted this first, it makes you think they are the authority. Authority comes from when you get stuff right over and over again and people can depend on what you're saying. When you get stuff wrong, it only takes one time. That's why a lot of people, and you see the guys in the NBA, they don't fool with Stephen A because they know that a lot of times he's getting second and third hand information and just running with it. He's just running with it. Me personally, I know that Stephen A is better than that because the guy is a true journalist. He's a writer. He started off in the newspaper. So he has that ability to, do the homework, do the legwork, and then confirm and reconfirm before he publishes. But he can't do that in this space because everything is first and now. First and now will get you in trouble, man. It really will. It'll have you thinking that the NBA is going to allow Ja Morant to not play in the first game of the next round because he did a dance at half court. He
We
did the
just
gritty at half court, so therefore he's not going to be able to play.
we just saw that one. That's another one Butt Crack just put out America.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's just like they get you. Listen, it goes as far as I saw on Twitter one day. There was an account that was reporting on something about the Dallas Cowboys, and it was an quote unquote reporter based out of Dallas working for like the Fox affiliate in Dallas, and he at the Fox affiliate in his bio. In his bio, he says, "I'm a sports reporter for this affiliate in Dallas." He's reporting all these different things about the Cowboys, about Randy Gregory and Amari Cooper and all these different things. And people are retweeting it like crazy, right? Quote retweeting it, sharing it, you name it. Not even a real account. So you got all these people thinking this person is the subject matter expert on something, and the person is not even a real media journalist. It's a guy sitting on the couch that has created a profile and is just tweeting out stuff real time and sitting back on the other end of that screen just laughing saying I got him. I don't know what the motivation is for that, but as we can see, it's a real thing. Where I come from, it's better to be safe than sorry, I guess, is like the thing you want to say. But man, at the end of the day, just do your homework. Like if you don't know it for yourself, if you haven't done that legwork to for sure know that, then you shouldn't report that. And if it means you're not going to get the inside scoop on it on that day, okay, then you lose that day. Get better at the legwork. But I'm willing to wager that you will do better in the long run if you report on, 5 or 6 things rather than 100. And out of those 100, you can't really say that you know the truth on 95 of those things, man. It's just tough, and it's tough to watch, and it's every day, and it's outside of the sports world too. You and I talk, off camera about things. It's outside of the sports world too. It's the reason we're in the condition we are in this nation and in this world today because of misinformation. But those misinformation spreaders know that it's that easy that you can put up something as simple as saying President Joe Biden is being played by characters. I saw that on Twitter. That's a real thing.
I just saw that.
That the president is being played by characters.
I just saw that.
Hollywood characters are playing the president of the United States. Like they take turns playing the character. And people believe it. They buy it. They run with it. It's a real thing. It's the reason why people are on opposing fences on COVID, the pandemic, all of these different things. It's the reason we are where we are today because people want to do a little bit of homework, just a little bit. The thing about Ja Morant, they tag The Athletic. If you go to The Athletic's account on Twitter, there is no mention of Ja Morant being suspended for the next round of the NBA playoffs. Well, if The Athletic wrote the story about Ja Morant being suspended, you would think they would post it to a social media engine, right?
And then also, if that was the case with a guy like him, we would have seen that from the bigger platforms, the ESPNs, the Bleacher
Fox
Report,
Sports, all of that.
And I'm not talking about the Stephen A. Smiths and the Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah.
They are opinionists.
Yeah, just the networks in general.
Yeah, you would have like Sports Center. They just report.
Yeah,
they don't give you their opinion on stuff for real. Like they just report what has happened or whatever. You would have gotten that as a report, breaking news. That's nowhere.
That's nowhere, man.
But on Butt Crack Sports.
And they're killing people with it, and people are sharing it, retweeting it, you name it.
And notice what they're naming themselves, brother.
I know.
Like that's why part of me can't be mad.
No.
At these folks because they're naming their stuff. They're naming their stuff. Ball sack, butt cracks. Another one got another lewd. What like they're naming their stuff like you should know this ain't real.
You should know. You should know it's a satire site, just like you said.
Bro, you go to the Butt Crack Sports profile. It says featured on PBS Kids, without doubt that. And The Onion. The Onion is like a political satire joint.
Correct.
But if you don't know the game, you don't know that. Breaking sports news, daily interviews, crack. But then they're real enough to say this: parody/satire.
They're telling you.
They said literally nothing we say is true. They say that in their bio. That's in Butt Crack Sports Twitter bio. Literally nothing we say is true. And I'm telling you, This thing about Ja Morant doing the gritty and going to get fined 20 racks and out for game one got 40,000 likes, 2,800 quote tweets. That's going up by the second as I'm reading it.
And how many
3,100
hours? How many hours has
retweets.
that been up?
This has been up since 8:14 a.m. today.
Wow.
Okay.
Less
Now,
less than 24 hours, man.
and this site has 9,800, oh, excuse me, 9,387 followers. So that stuff like that gets to me because we do hard work. We don't get on here and talk about stuff that we don't know about. I'm not going to get on here and talk about anything that I'm not well versed in.
Yeah.
If I get on here and give an opinion on some America, I've been watching the games, I've been studying it, I've been researching and all that kind of stuff, putting in a lot of work.
We'll do the homework.
And last time I checked, which is before we got on here, my YouTube channel got, I think, 1.7 thousand subscribers. I think my personal Facebook account has more followers than this, maybe. Or no. Butt Crack got more than me. What am I talking about? They got, I said they got 9,000. My personal Facebook joint got like 3,000 and something. Like, I'm putting in work. I'm giving all this real stuff. I'm giving you music. I'm giving you interviews. I'm giving all this kind of stuff. And these folks just put out BS.
Yeah.
Tell you it's
BS. Tell you
it's
lies. Yeah.
And people just flocking to it. It's like it's hard for the real ones in this world, man. It's like people gravitate to lies and to sensationalism more than just real stuff, man. And it's hard. It's hard, man. And as my brother said, it's really dangerous too.
Yeah.
In other aspects. Okay. Now we're a sports show. We're focusing on the sports. I'm gonna dig into all the other aspects on outside of that.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But it's dangerous. So America, please be careful. When you say stuff on social media, don't be like young brother Trae Young. Okay? Maybe young brother Trae Young don't know no better. Okay? He was one and done at Oklahoma. Okay? He's a hooper. He knew he was going to the league since he was.
That's right.
Ain't no telling. He been playing AAU on the circuit. Boom. So he's not well versed in that. Okay?
Right.
But he should do better because he's a man of influence. Stephen A. Smith showed enough should know better. As my brother said, this man was with the Philadelphia Inquirer. This is one of the papers.
He's a real journalist.
He's a real journalist. He definitely should know better than to be quoting some ball sack sports. Okay? You should know better too, America. All right? Don't fall for this mess that's out here. Just do a little work. Click on the account.
That's it.
Check and see if a more reputable account has said the same thing.
Man, do a Google search. It's 2022, man. Just do a Google search.
Just don't. Because so many sports arguments and so many sports arguments, dog, are filled with lies.
Yeah.
And just misinformation and stuff that just don't. Folks just be saying all kind of stuff that they be getting from these kind of sites or that they just be making up. I saw a dude earlier. He talking about you can't really research Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen like that because there's only a handful of full games on the internet. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
I got a playlist that I got almost every single playoff game up until 1993. And it's only up until 1993 because that's where I stopped. You can go watch all of them, full games. Now, I don't know how these folks getting away with pirating these folks. I don't know how they get away with that.
But it's out there.
But people just disseminate this stuff and now, that's true. No, it's not. Just do a little work. Before you click that retweet, do a little work.
That's it.
And see if that's true. Do that for us. So you won't be like brother Trae Young and get cracked. Put it on something. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit Statement Tees, LLC.com and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.